Hi everyone, my name is Jean Riveros Moreno, and today I will present my proposal for a new bilingual education practice. The context I choose is a 10th grade virtual classroom in a private school. The group has around 25 students with a diverse English level and society backgrounds. Their English levels are around A2 and B1, and Spanish is their first language or maternal one. The main challenge I identify is that many of these students show low autonomy and have trouble engaging with bilingual tasks. Currently, practices focus on a lot of grammar and vocabulary, but often the purpose of these activities is not clear and there is a little connection with the community. And with this, it's where my proposal comes in. The proposal I designed is called Local Stories in Two Languages. The idea is simple but powerful. A student will introduce some of from their community or country, a grandparent, a neighbor, or an artist, or for any cultural figure, and then write down that person's story in both Spanish and English. Finally, we will compile all the stories in a digital virtual booklet to share with the families and the school community. Now, let me walk you through the steps and explain how the Keep Concept Model 3 are integrated. Step 1, Introduction of the project. I will model the process by showing students an example of a short bilingual stories applying both of the structures, the translation strategies, here modeling and explaining make the how and the why we clear. Second step, clear criteria. The idea in here is that for students for focus from the beginning, students will receive a rubric that highlights four elements: clarity, accuracy, creativity, and cultural relevance. This part of transparent teaching everyone how exactly what is expected, and students can use the rubric to guide their own shop or investigation. Step number 3, collaborative work. Students will work in pairs, or one student will conduct the interview in Spanish while the others translates and adapts it into English. I will guide them through the process, moving from interview notes to draft to final stories for communication, taking into account that. Step 4, community connection. When the stories are finished, we will publish them into a digital booklet that we will be shared with the families and wider community. In this way, students will see their work not just as a homework but also as a cultural contribution. Is where the transformation dimension appears. Thinking, learning, and with the real words. Step number 5, reflection at the end. Students will reflect and make a reflection at the end. A student will reflect on the way learned about languages, identity, and collaborations per a self-assessment with a played important role here, making learning visible. And flexibility and risk. There are some tools that can make easier this aspect of the project. However, there could be some students where roles cannot be decided by themselves. So the idea is that they need to start having creativity and also the power of decision to get doing this done. Also, the expected impact: more autonomy, better bilingual writing, confidence in autonomic communication, and a stronger school community ties. Closing. The idea is that students can have one of these three ideas in their minds. Bilingual learning can be transformative when students become storytellers and cultural mediators. Second, when students tell their own story in two languages, they don't just learn, they build bridges between cultures. And the last one, by becoming storytellers in two languages, students discover that the identity and communication are inseparable. Thank you for hearing what I had to say, and this was Jam. Have a wonderful day. Bye bye.